Controversies of the day with my buddy Logan and little old me, Jay. Log, man, is the world on fire or what? I mean, we got to talk about all this different international stuff. It's just cuckoo, cuckoo, the Olympics. You got men beating up women. I mean, I don't know if they're men. I don't know what they are, what chromosomes they got, X's, Y's. Oh, my God. We got mass hysteria here, buddy. This isn't funny. I mean, we're going to get to some lighter topics here, folks. But first things first. Ooh, how about that stock market, buddy? You've been paying attention to that?
Ooh, looked like it was crashing today a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit of a dip.
Ooh, yeah. Just to bring everybody up to speed, I think today was kind of a little bit of a Black Monday almost. Like, whoa, this got everybody's attention. Doesn't matter what your politics are, your age, your sex, your demographics, especially if you're an adult. I mean, whoa, especially if you got a 401k, especially if you got any kind of a stock account. Boy. Yeah, this definitely would catch your attention. Holy mackerel. Over 1,000-point drop in the Dow. Yeah, and at one point, I know the S&P was down over 200. Mm-hmm. And and the NASDAQ too was down like 1,000 at one point. I forget where it ended at the end of the day. It did bounce off the lows for the day. They all did a little bit, which is good. But yeah, I mean, this is something where you go, okay, is this profit taking? The market's had a good year and a half here, kind of ish, almost. 2022 was kind of harsh because they raised interest rates. Now everybody's looking for an interest rate cut. The Fed still hasn't done it. And I don't know, maybe the market's saying, oh, Jerome Powell, you're not going to cut rates? Well, we'll just crash you down. The market's got a funny way of doing what it wants to do. Oh, man. So, yeah, what were you telling me? What some of the terms are being thrown around Twitter or X?
Well, one of them was Trump cash or Kamala crash.
Ooh.
So I mean, really, was this an effect of the Bidenomics? Do you think it was?
I don't know. We are living in such weird time, folks. You don't need me to tell you that. Logan, you don't need to. I mean, everything's weird. There's some good. And there's a lot of bad. I mean, good that there's jobs. Okay, that's good. Stock market's been doing good. Of course, there's a lot of fluff behind that. But then we got inflation. Our money is not worth what it was just worth 2-3 years ago.
Now, does inflation have the possibility of making stocks rise just because the value of the dollar is more, or not less, more, but less? I mean, how does inflation
sort of a fake inflationary boom. Yeah. It's possible. It's possible for a while, but eventually I think it's going to catch up, which may be where we're about at right now. We'll see.
You saw people like Lockheed Martin definitely took a giant Trump up. So I wonder if that's more of a cue, not so much the economy, but perhaps a war drum getting beaten a little bit.
You got to wonder, buddy. You got to wonder. We'll get into that just in our next segment. But yeah, I mean, here we are. We've had 3 down days in the market, and this one was the worst of the 3. And, now Goldman Sachs says, well, there's a 25% chance of recession. You think? Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe there's like a 75% chance of recession and 25% chance we don't have one. We're $35 trillion national debt. Yay, us. Yay. Where's Utopia? Where is Utopia? I ask you. God. And then credit card debt, I don't know, that's at least over like 1.2 trillion, Logan.
Yeah, it's up there.
Folks, we gotta rein it in, folks. America, we get used to that lifestyle, and you just, or maybe you want to make the woman happy, and I don't know, blame it on women, I know, but or vice versa, whatever. I mean, we gotta get control here, people, both privately and publicly. I don't know. What do you think, pal?
I have no idea. This is beyond my scope. I know they control it, so it's hard to believe that this is just accidental. I think somebody higher up the food chain knows where this is going, or somehow is manipulating it.
I mean, they say people like yourself, maybe younger than you, could be pissed off this year. It's an election year, obviously, but you guys could be a little bit pissed off because home affordability. First-time home buying is not very feasible right now. It's ridiculous.
4 years ago, we had, me and the woman had a home loan. We were looking. We didn't find anything necessarily that we liked. But our interest rate at the time, what would have been, was not nowhere near where it's at now. I think it was definitely 4 years ago. It was definitely more feasible. I mean, I don't know where he'd be now. With everything kind of jacked up. I don't understand money or the mortgage type system, so I don't know if that would have affected us with what's going on. Obviously, we wouldn't be in no chance to like move or sell or buy. We'd hopefully be able to afford what we had and be able to stay where we're at, but. I don't know. Even rent's going up slowly.
Yeah,
And something else we can't keep up with.
And it's terrible. I mean, young people, they got to come up with either 10 to 20% to put down. But these home prices have gone up so much, it's so insane. So unless you've got some rich grandparent or uncle or something that could help you out, But then again, like you said, rents are going up too. And here y'all, when you rent, and I'm trying to be mean because trust me, I paid a lot of money in rent over the years before I got a house. You're making somebody else rich, basically.
I'd seen too. They're talking about bubbles. I watched a guy was showing some data about how securities is a big thing. I guess that's like the next big bubble to pop. Like it was a J.P. Morgan or Chase, the same bank isn't. They had something along the lines like $100 trillion in like securities, or however that's quantified, compared to how much money they actually have on hand. So
maybe you think of derivatives.
Perhaps
okay, yeah.
But in any case,
exactly,
it just seems like if there's this data out there and no one's paying attention to it, really, shouldn't we be scared? I mean, it just seems like, especially after having a day like today. I mean, the last time this happened was 1929 in October. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, we're going into that season here, yeah. And usually September is like one of the worst months. So we got to get through August, then we got September, then we got October, the term October surprise. What could happen? What could be the surprise? Who knows? And then we got the election. Holy cow, man.
It'll be a busy couple months.
It will be a busy couple months. So, this moron who, the left loves because he makes all these documentaries on PBS. I don't know what it was, a few weeks ago, a month ago. Trump got shot July, I want to say 13th, maybe. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to keep these dates straight in the old noggin. So that hasn't even been a month yet. But like a little bit before that, within a week or two before that, this idiot Ken Burns, okay, and a lot of people love the documentaries he's done for PBS, which again, are we paying for? Because some of PBS's public broadcasting system, some of their budget comes from taxpayers. I know they get things from endowments and foundations and other charitable. I mean, people just give on their own to PBS, and there's some good programs on PBS. And Ken Burns has done some good work. He was on MSNBC. He's like, Donald Trump is an existential threat to democracy. Okay, and then, Trump gets shot, of course, or nicked, whatever you want to say, close enough. And, I could be a whiner like you, Ken Burns, and, oh, look what you did, your hate speech, blah, blah, blah. Look, dude, let's just take a step back. I want you to have your speech. I want us to have our speech. Say whatever you want, and if anybody breaks the law, does anything horrible, they gotta pay the price, and it should be fully prosecuted by the law. The reason I bring it up, though, let's be real, Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns, let's be real. What's the real existential threat? Hey, you're climate change or this or that. No, probably World War III. Let's think about that one these days. And let's look at our national debt. $35 trillion, Logue. I mean, this is insane. And what do we have to really show for it? Really think about that. You got this big, loaded, fat government that solves nothing.
The Ukraine? What?
Yeah. And then you got Ukraine, and they're partying over there, and the guy Zelensky sent his wife to Paris with her friends and going shopping. And oh my gosh, dude. What a mad, mad world it is. Well, maybe we'll segue that into a little bit of maybe a fourth turning update here. I don't know. We'll see. The fourth turning always on my mind. Yeah, the fourth turning. All right. So, I mean, man, look, we got stuff going on in England. There was just a horrible stabbings. These 3 little girls got killed.
Yeah, and like 10 others injured.
And then a bunch of people, locals are all upset, and then politicians are getting mad at the locals and, calling them right-wing extremists and blah, blah, blah. Little girls got killed. They were doing some yoga thing and some Taylor Swift thing. I mean, it sounds a little odd, But my God, these kids were killed. Why? I mean, what the hell was that about?
What's insane is that so they're attacking the right, or rather, I'm not going to say the right. I'm going to say the citizens. Of this
England.
country.
Yeah, sure.
So they're attacking them because the one bad thing that they can really point to is that apparently they were trying to like burn down, or not burn down essentially, but like pull out these immigrants from a Holiday Inn Express that they're paying for through taxes, where they're being housed, and they want them out of there. So they're in a big frenzy of upsetting this, and it's supposedly the people in the building, you know, the immigrants, or whatever we're gonna call them, had weapons, guns. You know, there's a couple photos out there. I don't know how verified they are, but nonetheless, that's the only thing you're gonna point to. And because of that one instance, they turned around and decided that because again, citizens were a part of this, kind of like January 6th. You know, who's their labor minister, the prime minister, he comes out on TV and says, we will get you. We're going to come for you. If you were involved, or even if you talked about it, if you like incited anything online about it, they're going to come get you. So it's completely insane. Meanwhile, there's mobs of these immigrants running around the streets and with machetes and axes and weapons and just going around looking for people, again, citizens, mainly white people, because that's the majority of the people there, getting the shit kicked out of them. But you don't see it. You got police forces getting pushed away, getting barraged by stones and bottles and fireworks, and they're running away from the immigrants, and nothing's being said about how they should be the ones, you know, being handled. But you got this asshole on TV saying that, oh, more or less he's taking their side, that he's going to go after the citizens, more or less, that are protesting against it. It's just, it's backwards, like completely backwards. I don't get it. It
Meanwhile, in Chicago, let's go Brandon Johnson. On the south side, some guy has a hatchet and he goes into a McDonald's and he wants free food, and they say no, or where they turn him down, and he's injured two 45-year-old, I think, women and an 18-year-old. I'm not sure if I got the sexes of everybody correct, but two 45-year-olds and one 18-year-old. And one of the three is in critical condition. Hopefully they're gonna make it through and get better. And it took a while. It took them like an hour to get this guy. I mean, I'm not sure what all those circumstances were about. Hopefully, that all gets revealed. That's down in Chicago, Illinois, United States of America.
That's an everyday thing. But you look at Europe, and then you turn around and you look at Bangladesh. They just ran their prime minister.
We're gonna come back to them.
You got Ireland doing the same thing.
And you said some stuff in Spain's going on.
Spain, I guess, is having a big kind of upheaval, not wanting this giant migration. I don't even call it, I guess, a migration of people. I mean, what else do you call it? It's an invasion for sure for all these countries, and I think they're all taking the impact from it. They're all starting to see it, especially when they're seeing other countries starting to kind of fight up against it. So I don't see. I see people, again. I only kind of mess around with Twitter, but you see a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's coming to America." Yeah, maybe in the big cities, these blue cities. Maybe I don't think it's going to happen all over here, because we still have guns. We still have ways to protect ourselves. I'm not saying that we should go and do any of that, but if I have a guy coming at me with a machete and I'm with my kids or my family, yeah, you're damn right. I'm going to.
Hell yeah.
He's going to put down
right
a lot quicker than he's going to swing that thing. But
right.
It's insane to think that no one really has anything to say about this from these other countries that are really seeing these ramifications of this migration so much harder than, or this invasion so much harder than we are. We've definitely got the numbers. We just haven't.
We have been invaded, and and again, I've been through this before. We'll go watch our old shows. We've talked about this before. I'm a pro-immigrant kind of guy. We are a nation of immigrants, but you don't just flood people in. You don't let all these people who are vetted, and then some are got through because they paid off the cartels and. South of the border here, you got people from all over the world. Yeah, go ahead. Explain our audience.
They created, I don't know if it was DHS, but they created an app that you can get locations and go to these locations, essentially sign in, get there, be processed in some fashion, and basically you get sent off to wherever they deem you're going to go. Hell, you might even have a choice. Somebody even give you money right there and then. Again, and people think this is not a big deal. It's, even you people on the left, you understand that you're willing to pay for this. You're going to pay for this. We're all going to pay for this. And you guys are going to get hit the hardest because you're going to see that you were wrong when it comes to your town, because most likely these bad guys that are coming into this country are going to go after the simplest prey, the easiest prey, and that's going to be you. You guys are unwilling to have the means to defend yourself. You want to brush it off like it's nothing. It's going to happen. When it happens, it's going to hit you guys the worst. It's not gonna be a fun time.
So more of our fourth turning update here. Obviously, yeah. So the world is on fire. We got trouble in Gaza and Israel. We got the whole Ukraine thing. We got the threats of to Chinese and Taiwan, and obviously North Korea is always a threat. So many things happening here. And we have an election, and it's just sort of interesting with the fourth turning because I'm very concerned. We're in early August right now, so we've got so basically 3 months here. We're done, folks, and we got an election here, and is this just going to go smooth? I mean, we had Biden drop out. We've had assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Is everything just going to go smooth? I really hope so. But let's just instead of us just doing all our prognostication, which we love to do, we love doing it, we do. But look at others. PBD recently, valuetainment. Logan and I are both fans, and those guys they kind of did a little odds thing. Do they think something else is going to happen violently between now and the election? Some of them are a little bit more worried about than others. I think Patrick himself was maybe the lowest percentage. Some of them, I think, were like, there was a 70% chance that something bad is going to happen. Again, I hope nothing happens. I want everything to go smoothly. I want this to be a fair election, above board, and may the best person win. However, there's another guy, Norm Ornstein, I think is his name, and he was on CNN recently. He's been around for a while. He's a liberal guy. And he even says he thinks there's more surprises to come. And he didn't, and I don't really know exactly what he means by that. I don't know if he exactly got into what he's trying to say. Is Trump going to dump J.D. Vance, for example? That's got to happen here really quick. Otherwise, that ain't happening. Is something going to happen with Donald Trump in his court case in early September? We don't know about that. It looks like, the Democrats are all getting in line behind Kamala, and they got their convention here in 2 weeks in Chicago, Illinois. But, what if something happens here? Some kind of something comes out about her past, or some scandal comes out, or something happens to her, whatever, God forbid. But, and all of a sudden somebody decides, no, we're going to have open convention here. We're going to vote on this. We're going to have an open convention. And, or what if she doesn't poll so well the next couple of weeks here?
That'd be the only thing, is if they decide, if people actually wake up in that party and say, no, we're not having this. We want an open convention. We want to vote on somebody. But it doesn't seem that way. I don't think so. I don't know. I can't see that. You go to her official website. She has no policies laid out for what her plans are. I get in arguments with people about this, and they say, "Oh, Trump's a Nazi." Okay, proof. Give me some proof. And I'm sure some jackass libtard here is going to say this, that. Well, he's racist. How's he racist? Did you not just see what he did in Atlanta today? The woman that jumped up on stage for him, and it's all over the place. Open your eyes. He's not as racist as you think. That's a term that you guys are overusing. It doesn't mean shit anymore. But
they won't acknowledge. Those same people won't acknowledge about Joe Biden. Or was Joe racist and he got reformed over the years and you forgive him? Or how do you handle that with Biden?
He was completely racist. He had
totally
during what the judge during that whole thing, like
Clarence Thomas.
Yeah. What a piece of shit he was. Saying the stuff he did. He's such a. It's funny again. Y'all on the left want to sit there and talk about how we're the racist ones, and.
Well, they love to play the race card. You know that. We know that.
Well, Jim Crow laws. Where the fuck do you guys think that came from? And then they're gonna spit it. Oh, well, there's this switch. There was this switch. No, there wasn't. No. Where do you think the KKK came from? You guys.
I used to be the terrorist arm of the Democrat Party in the old days. If you do a little history, Just saying. Robert Byrd. Look him up. Look up Robert Byrd, former senator, West Virginia.
I swear the main.
Am I making that up?
The mainstream left. They don't have any kind of recollection past like 4 to 8 years. They don't remember anything more. It's insane.
They want to cancel it all, right?
So, yeah. They don't want to remember. Oh, look what they're doing with the statues during the whole Summer of Love. Let's get rid of our fucking history. Yeah, so we don't remember what we did wrong or who was that? Oh, that guy. Back in the day, this is the shit that happened. It's just it makes no sense to me how they can just be so forgetful of something that again. How come the left love Trump? Whoopee. You used to love Trump. I got clips of you saying you love Trump before
Oprah used to like him. Yeah. I mean, there's a Trump thing, and look this up, folks. If I'm lying, I'm buying. Okay, I'd buy you a beer. So back when I was a youngster, I don't know if you were just a little kid. I was a young guy. Reverend Jesse Jackson, he ran for president a couple times, trying to get the Democrat nomination. He didn't get it.
Trump?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you know about it? Yeah. Oh.
Trump paid for it.
He gave him an office in Trump Tower back then.
But he's a racist. He's a Nazi.
Oh my God! And at the time, Jesse was kind of one of the rebellious characters. I was kind of curious how he was going to do. I didn't get to vote till '88, and I don't think I voted in the primary that year. And but anyway, long story short. But yeah. I mean, it's just hilarious in how everybody just turned on him once he decided to run as a Republican against Hillary, and then it was like, he's the devil, and then blah blah blah. We know the rest, and there we are.
Well, again, before you guys want to call racism, okay, I don't even know what she is. I don't think she knows what she is. I mean, I know what she is, but I don't think she knows what she is, and I don't think the people on the left know what she is, because she's not an African American, which typically is what we call black people. She's a Jamaican Indian. So again, clips, newspaper. I can give you articles where it said, first Indian, vice president, or first Indian, what was she, a senator? Okay, and now all of a sudden she's black, like she's not the first black presidential nominee. Like, come on, you guys are the ones splitting hairs. You guys can't pick a fucking lane. Pick a lane and stick with it.
She's just tried to pander wherever she could pander.
I'll
give her your multicultural,
the whole point of the rant was articulate any policy that she's talked about, how she's going to make this country better.
That's all that matters.
Before you sit there and say the other guy who has been proven for 4 years to do things better, or to actually do anything, considering he was just a famous TV star, if that, his
real estate
mogul.
Yep.
I mean, he went from that to actually doing something in this country. She's done nothing but suck her way to the top. She was a horrible district attorney. She was a horrible senator. She was a horrible vice president. What makes you think she's going to be a horrible or a good president?
And they're trying to scrub this border czar thing. They're trying to pretend that never happened. Like,
I know, like, again, how brainwashed is the left, and then to repeat this, what they say, you keep on repeating a lie, eventually people think it's real.
They do.
I guess that's what they're trying to do. And if you tell somebody, no, that here you go, here's what the newspaper said, here's what the AP said, here's what MS said, here's what Senate congressional papers said. They labeled her the border czar, and you're still going to ignore the fact that that's what she is and say, oh no, you guys are wrong. It's the right just lying about this. It's fucking nuts.
The media, pro-Democrat side, saying that Trump's afraid to debate her now, and so there's this little going back and forth about a debate thing. One of them wants it on the 4th of September, one wants it the 9th or 10th or something, and one wants it at Fox, one wants ABC. So it's in negotiation. They're going to debate.
Okay, let's be honest. She didn't want to at first. All right, I think she got wind that he wanted to wait till after his court thing, because if he comes out of it, he has that to talk about. He looks like a good guy, a hero, right? I get it. But if he doesn't, then it's going to drum up more support behind him. Look, they're holding him back from being, as a nominee and being part of the debate. Though you'd think that kind of be a bad thing, because now she gets to sit there, oh, look, the convicted felon got convicted and blah, 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 and all this bullshit. So I don't know. It really doesn't matter. That's just like intermingling bullshit. Again, get them on stage. It shouldn't be anyone's fault.
Yeah,
I think at this point, I don't think it's them. It should be the people that run those parties should be the ones playing kind of more or less like, okay, if we're gonna have this back and forth and you guys want to bitch fit about who's gonna go where and what time and who's who and let somebody higher up the food chain like organize this. Obviously, if it's such a pivotal point in our fucking country, somebody higher up the food chain should be setting these dates out so no one can say no. You either do it or you look like a jackass for not doing it.
And for me, we've talked about this before, it's kind of like something Vivek Ramaswamy said last year during the Republican debates. Let's not have these media hacks. Come on, let's bring in somebody interesting. Obviously PBD would be great. Joe Rogan would be great. I know it's probably not going to happen, but me, folks, I like to dream out loud in front of the whole world. I mean, somebody interesting like that,
They won't, because they can't control them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. All these guys on the network TV stations, they're just paid actors reading scripts when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree. There's tons of clips out there when they'll have a media blitz on something, and it's the same exact thing being said across the country.
Oh, same words.
So,
boy.
So I think we can all agree that they're actors at this point.
Oh, so they were just going to have an AI image just tell us.
Oh, that was another thing, too. Kamala Harris,
yeah.
she had, or CNN rather, CNN had faked an image showing like more supporters that weren't actually there, and you can definitely see it in signs. They look weird, they're not actual road signs or even like writing. It's supposed to be in American City, wherever it was, Philadelphia or New Jersey or some shit, and it just has that typical AI words because AI is not good with putting words in photos yet, and people's hands are going through signs. It's just so, again, CNN, they're and you wonder why you guys ain't trusted anymore with shit like that. I mean, you completely got caught. So I should go back and look to see if she had any kind of rebuttal about that or if they put out any kind of statement, because that's, talk about election interference. I mean, you guys are directly lying to the people about an event.
And everybody, right? Everybody be careful with AI stuff. Either way, either side, whatever they're trying to say. I mean, there was a fun thing. I don't know if you saw it, because I know you're not on Facebook a lot, but it was a fun thing somebody put out there of Biden and Trump hanging out together. And there's several pictures of them. And when they got their arm around each other, like walking in the woods or they're fishing together. I mean, you can look at it, you can figure out, okay, this is real, but it's pretty damn good though. You know what I mean? I mean, it's funny. It was funny. It was, it was a good taste. It's good humor.
And I know people are going to sit and say, oh, well, the right does it too. Yeah, you're right.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Other
be careful. Everybody be careful.
But when you have a news organization doing it, that's where it becomes more sinister.
Here we go.
And they purposely
they were in 1984 territory.
Yeah, come on.
Now we're getting into some really creepy stuff. Holy cow. Well, I mean, there's obviously so much negative stuff to talk about. I know this doesn't really interest you too much. I'm interested, but I'm always disappointed. I was disappointed by J.D. Vance. Any thoughts on who Kamala's going to pick? She's probably going to either say it today or tomorrow. Allegedly, she's supposed to be in Philly tomorrow, Tuesday. I don't know if that's August 6th at this point, with her person. So, Philadelphia, that's, Pennsylvania, right? That would be Josh Shapiro's. But sometimes they do switcheroo things where we're going to be there, but I'm going to have the other guy from another place. Do you have any
Shapiro's
thoughts?
The white guy?
Yeah. Josh Shapiro, he's their governor in Pennsylvania. He's consideration. They say Mark Kelly.
He's a good liar, so he would probably be the pick. He's like a Newsom.
Think so?
He's real smooth with his words. I think he can.
Okay.
I watched a couple clips of him talking. I think the VP thing came up, or again, just Trump, bashing Trump, trying to get his response, and he's just good at twisting words and sounds. Again, he's like a Newsom. I think he's kind of suave. So, again, not that I give a shit about it, but if I were to pick, I'd probably pick him. I mean, again, because he has at least the talent.
They say this other guy, Tim, somebody up in Minnesota, that governor is also being considered. White guy. Wow. Yeah, he's also being considered, which is funny because, Minnesota usually goes Democrat, and it doesn't have a lot of electoral votes. Pennsylvania, a lot of that swing state, very competitive state right there. So that one, but then again, if she takes Josh Shapiro, and again, I'm a pro-Jew guy, okay, believe it you want to believe, he's Jewish. Is that going to piss off the pro-Palestinian lefty, loud, crazy wing of the Democrat Party?
Why are we picking a white guy? Why wouldn't you pick, a blacker woman or a black guy? Or some other minority?
Wes Moore or whatever's in Maryland. Yeah, he's a good-looking, charismatic black dude.
That doesn't make sense to me. You preach about how white's so bad, but yet you're going to double down on white.
Yeah, and a male. Like be, you want to be ballsy. All pun intended. Take Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan. What's wrong with 2 chicks? I mean, what are you afraid of, right?
Apparently, she got caught up in that Act Blue shit. Like it was like $3 million and a bunch of donations supposedly got funneled to her. Oh, so she I saw that. I think it was a news headline from. It might not have been from one of the big ones, but like Newsmax or some shit like that. Where are they gonna go with this?
Well,
what about Buttigieg's?
Oh, well, then you got Pete. Yeah, Mayor Pete, because that's the funny thing about Mayor Pete. Like, right before everybody dropped out, again, hurting who? Bernie, who happens to be Jewish. I know he's not, he's not a religious Jew, whatever. Some people say he's an atheist, but whatever. Bernie, the Jewish guy from Brooklyn, lives in Vermont. Everybody got behind, got behind Biden so that Bernie couldn't get the nomination. Okay, did twice in a row, 2016, 2020. I'm never going to forget. You all want to, but before it happened, Mayor Pete was raising some big money. He was raising some big money from some billionaires. And he was getting kind of criticized about it. And then, like a couple weeks later, everybody just got behind Biden, and that was it. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's had a great track record with him being the whole
transportation secretary.
No, he had to disappear for an extended amount of time to be.
With that big mess in Ohio, right?
Well, that and then he was on like maternity leave. Him and his husband. Baby thing. That was fucking weird. Oh boy. Not weird because it's 2 gays with a kid. It's just weird because you had to take like an extended. I don't know. Again, another prime candidate for vice president. Look at the track record the left's had. So, I don't know.
Maybe Mayor Pete will be the curveball here. Who knows?
That'd be something, wouldn't it? Jesus.
Well, then because he's also an Ohio guy or the Indiana guy. I forget where he's from. Anyway, he's in that area in that neighborhood. So who knows who she's going to take? I've put my 2 cents worth in our shows in the past. If you've watched them, folks. You got to call the good Democrats back, get a hold of Jim Webb. He's got to be up there in age now from Virginia. We got Hillary should have taken in 2016, other than Bernie. Or get Tulsi back in the picture or get RFK Jr. We know none of that's going to happen. So, it'll be interesting who she takes, but I don't know how much it's going to matter. And just hopefully whoever that person is, that person, J.D. Vance, hopefully they will have at least one VP debate, and hopefully it'll be a good one. I'll just say that.
Again, unless it's Shapiro, I think that'd be a good back and forth, kind of like the DeSantis Newsom thing, though. I don't think DeSantis was really maybe top notch like he is when he's just in front of reporters, opposed to debate. I mean, not that he did bad, but. Newsom, as much as I don't like that guy, boy, he's a good talker. He really is.
I remember when you were saying that to me the next day, and I was like, oh, okay, well, Logan, you're impressing me now. All right, because you get it. It's not that you like him, but it's like, ooh, you see what that overall view of what others are going to see. It's like, even if you hate it, you're like, fuck.
Like Lex Luthor, the perfect villain, right?
Yeah.
You can still get the empathy or the people's sway rather.
I'm sure he's going to have a big speech at the DNC here in Chicago in a couple weeks.
I'd agree. So
that'll be interesting to see who they got all there. I'm sure they're going to have all the big guns. I'm sure the Obamas are going to be there. Newsom's going to be there. J.P. Pritzker's going to be there. Oh God, I can't stand that guy. So it'd be kind of funny if she took him. Actually, Kamala, the governor of Illinois, J.P. Pritzker.
Yeah, that'd be like Trump taking Chrissy.
Yeah.
Crispy.
Yeah. Krispy Kreme. So, oh my gosh, folks, so many crazy things going on, Log. I mean, I'm going to try to end this show on so I got some pleasantries coming up here.
Well, what else we got?
Well, I mean, look, dude, everybody wants to fight. I thought this was kind of funny. First, we got this crazy Olympic stuff going on here, man. Oh my God. I mean, this poor woman, with Carini, whatever, she apologized later. And it's like, well, lady, you shouldn't be apologizing. I mean, come on. These guys, are they dudes or not? I mean, come on.
They're dudes. Come on. Let's not beat around the bush.
Win a blood test. I mean, I'm not a biology guy, but win a blood test.
They're dudes. I'm not playing this happy fucking go lucky bullshit. They're guys who would get their asses beat by real men, couldn't make it, and decided to go get beat by go beat women. What the fuck?
I don't.
And the finalists are 2 men, biological men, in the women's boxing. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Like, people are going to go to hell for this. Like, this is fucked up.
And I'm not big on the Pauls, but both of those guys had public statements that were pretty cool. Jake and Logan Paul about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you were sending me a few of those things.
Yeah.
So those are kind of cool. But more of the fighting thing. Did you see this? Now, I don't know what's going on in Venezuela, but I think Maduro lost his election. I don't know if he's going to give it up.
No.
And he wants to physically fight Elon Musk. Did you see this?
He said he's gonna.
He wants to fight him.
Elon made a comment. What was the comment? Boy, I saw it.
Because he's blaming. Is Maduro blaming Musk? Is that he's saying that Twitter and X somehow
that
messed up with their life? Is that what he's
Elon
saying?
made a statement about it, or a tweet about it, and basically the guy said that if Elon, he'll arrest him like on the spot, like if he were to come down there or some bullshit like that.
Okay.
I mean, who gives a fuck, dude? Another tyrannical fucking.
Yeah.
You stole the election. You must have took some lessons from Biden. I'm sure you had a couple talks with them, or at least people in the know over there. It's just, what a shit show.
Oh man.
And the people down there ain't taking that crap either. Apparently, some folks have died down there. They're the military. No, is it the military on their side down there? I think.
Well, I got to look into it. I
want to say there was supposed to be
here.
some kind of military thing to go stop the protesters, and they turned ship and they all went there. I think I could be wrong. It could be a different country for how much shit's going on.
Again, the international stage, folks. You want to find some entertainment. It's sad to call it that, but put down your sports, especially guys with their fantasy sports. What the hell is that? You've heard of this, haven't you? Fantasy football, fantasy baseball. Okay. Watch the real thing and, forget your fantasy teams. Pay attention to the world stage a little bit, people. There's a lot going on. And I got a feeling it's going to get a lot nuttier.
Had I had some money, I would have been voting for all the males in the women's sports. God damn.
What a world, dude. What a world. Well, we got a couple. Let's try to make it a little bit positive on our way out here. And we're not done yet. Oh, yeah, I got a few more things to go here. Speaking of men and fighting and all that good stuff, well, I still want to see, Logan Paul and Andrew Tate go at it, or Andrew Tate and Conor McGregor go at it, but we'll bring that up another time. But Trump and Biden, when they had that debate.
About the golf?
About the golf. No, I want it all filmed. Let them swear. No, but Whole Saturday Night Live did a bit on this, and I missed it. I mean, oh my God, that would just be beautiful. I mean,
it would never happen. Biden wouldn't be able to do that.
I know, but it'd be funny as hell.
Did you see when they brought the hostages over from Russia?
Okay,
and he got distracted or whatever. Someone got a little clicker, and he fucking walked up into the plane that dropped off the people like he was supposed to go up there.
Oh, no, I missed this.
Just trailed off, walked up the fucking steps. It was really fucking weird. Was it a good thing, the pilots or something? I don't know. Just an odd little thing that happened. Then you had Kamala down there with her normal word salad bullshit, not knowing what the fuck to say.
I mean, I hope that was a good gesture. I hope so.
How much did we pay?
Oh, God.
How much money did we pay for that?
I don't think we want to know. Because
that's just, so you're giving the enemy... You're just giving them money. Yeah, I get it was for Americans. Trump was able to get back hostages and prisoners without forcing without giving up money. Why don't we have the same ability?
I mean, this could be one of the best things to help Kamala. I'm going to just extrapolate this a little bit from the Russians, the prisoner swap too. There's been some articles, again, I have no idea how close to reality this is, but of some kind of ceasefire or some negotiations in Ukraine. This would be a great thing for Kamala if this could happen before the election. I would love to see it happen, not for her benefit, obviously, but we'll see. I'm very skeptical about it. I think Zelensky, I think I think he's a warmonger, and maybe he's a little bit nuts too. But
well, look at again. All right, so I don't know how much we talking about the election. Is it going to happen? I don't know. It seems like we're setting up a pretty good thing for World War III coming. We got Iran and Israel happening. Supposedly or apparently Israel took out some leader, went to Iran to make this happen.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. On the whole fourth turning note, we've just sent more military to the Middle East to help prevent.
The Abraham or something over there, a big.
Abraham Accords?
No.
Sorry.
The ship.
Oh, the ship. Right.
Aircraft carrier going over there.
Right.
you got that going on. God, fuck, where was I going with this shit? You got me all fucked
Well,
up.
no, yeah. I mean,
the election. Look what happened over there.
Right.
So they had an election. He was voted in as a democratic election. Got voted in. This war ramps up, and guess what? No more elections. Because they have elections every 2 years or something, but they haven't had the election there. The next election they're supposed to have, he canceled it because of this wartime thing going on. So what's to say that we have to end up sending people to the Middle East again because Israel wants to start this conflict with Iran or vice versa? So now we have to send boots over there, and at the same time you have Antifa and the pro-Palestinian crowd over in America over here deciding that, well, now they're going to really start, because if we end up sending people over there, I mean, the right is not going to be happy about that. I mean, you can already see these small things have been happening between those two countries that we're not sending our kids over there. Why the fuck
I don't know. That will be interesting. Hopefully we don't go there. Hopefully we don't have to find out the answer to that question.
Well, the point is,
I think America would be split. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think America would be split.
I think again the agitators like Antifa, who are definitely pro-Palestine,
right,
and then the knucklehead left that are going around doing this pro-Palestine shit. I think those would be the ones that would create friction and some kind of civil unrest, enough so to have a martial law type thing like in some of these other countries where it's going to be big cities might be on curfews and stuff like that to the point where you might have to stop an election or put a hold on it. Maybe something else happens, indefinite hold on it. I mean, Biden's not going to carry out his term anyways, and then that what automatically puts her as the president. I mean, that's conceivable. I mean, that can completely happen if things were that fucked up. But
again, I worry, as you're saying, there's a lot more nuttiness to come, folks. We got a lot of plates spinning in the air. It's just hard to believe that something's not going to come crashing down here. Again, could be Taiwan. Just some curveball here between now and November 5th. Yeah, and any of the above. You're right.
When do the Olympics end?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it goes through most of the month here. I want to say, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. The DNC convention, I believe, starts 2 weeks from today.
17th.
So that would be around the 19th, maybe.
Yes.
Or it was the 17th. Okay.
I can't recall. It was the 18th.
Yeah, I want to say it's the 19th of August in Chicago. And again, a lot of crazy history there. And are the Palestinian protesters, they're going to be there. Are they just going to be kind of, marginalized and keep it peaceful because they like the Democrats and they want to be heard, but they don't want to get too crazy. They don't want to do 1968 all over again in Chicago. I mean, that was one of the nuttiest things that, a lot of people don't think about, but it has been brought up a little bit more here lately. There was this Democrat convention, folks, and in 1968 in Chicago, and the Democrats all started to have inner fighting with each other. There was a bunch of people, and stupid Borat, he did a movie with Netflix, and they all thought they were so great, these lefty guys. Well, what they did, ended up dividing the Democrat Party and ultimately made Richard Nixon, the Republican, look good and help him win in 1968. It was a very crazy year. And of course, the George Wallace breaking from the Democrat Party and actually running and actually winning some states in the South, of course, it definitely helped Richard Nixon become president in 1968. Anyway, I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole right now, but yeah, so we got a lot of things going on, a lot of things spinning in the air. But here's some nice things. Here's some positive things. How about that Atlanta, Georgia, that Trump rally in Georgia? Wow, I think, see, that's the way Trump's got to be. Just don't get too deep into the gutter. Let other people do that kind of stuff. And this gal, is it Michaela Montgomery? Holy cow! He met her before. There's a video at a Chick-fil-A or whatever, and he invited her to this thing, and she got on stage, folks. And wow, Michaela, she took her moment, and I was like, oh my God, gal, you got a lot of cockiness here. Just slow down. What are you doing? Whoa. But she had confidence, and go, good on you. Just you get that moment, take it. And she took it. Oh my God, she seemed very comfortable up there. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, Trump campaign, maybe you need to bring her to some other events in some other towns.
I don't think necessarily they bring her. I think they can find a good supporter from the black community anywhere. Again, it goes back to the show me him being racist.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys want to twist words from again CNN sound bites that twisted his words, and you throw it back. It's not truth, but hey, I mean, whatever. Again, that whole Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing, and it's getting worse and worse as
when he showed up in Chicago for the national black reporters thing.
That was
funny. It was funny. And they were that woman just went right after him. Like, oh my God, lady, it was funny, and he had a little fun with it, But
I think he did well considering. I mean, he was being attacked the whole damn time, but there was an agenda at play for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, even the crowd, I mean, I wouldn't say it was 100% for him, but even they gave him I would say there's people out there gave him the respect that I think he deserved for doing that. It's not like you're going to see Kamala go to a right-wing type of same thing and go to Fox News or, maybe not necessarily Fox, but, something right-wing like that and do the same. I don't think that's going to happen.
No. Harris Faulkner was there. She's from Fox. And if there is some debates coming up, between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, I think she would be a decent moderator. I hope she gets that opportunity. I thought that Michaela Montgomery and I guess her thing is called Conserve the Culture. I don't know if she's got a podcast or what she's got going on, but I was impressed.
Definitely worth looking into. And giving her some support.
Absolutely. And let's just say, here, this is so funny with all the racial stuff. This just gets so stupid. Frank Sinatra had a fun song. I used it for that show, Married with You. Love and marriage, go together like a horse and carriage. Hey, Tim Scott got married. He got married to a white woman. Oh my God! Yeah, big deal. Yeah, so Tim Scott got married. He and his gal, I think her name is Mindy. So congratulations to Senator Scott and to Mindy, and I wish them all the best. May they have a long, healthy, and happy, and wonderful life together. And Lindsey Graham was there, so I don't know if he would want to be we'll see what he which thing would he want to catch, because I don't know about Lindsey, but he was there. Trey Gowdy was there. Kevin McCarthy, the old speaker, he was there, I guess. So anyway, all the best to them. Again, Trump congratulated him during the New Hampshire thing. It's just like, I don't know much about white supremacists. No, Logan, really, I don't know much about white supremacists, but I know one thing: they don't like interracial. They don't like interracial relations.
Oh, as long as they don't happen to theirs, I guess.
But no, congratulations to Senator Scott and his bride Mindy. Little bit of bad news in the world of classic rock. I know we don't really talk about stuff like this too much. Every once in a while, but Steven Tyler of Aerosmith. Are you an Aerosmith fan at all? Maybe your parents were.
Dude looks like a lady.
Yeah.
From Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Dude looks like a lady. Anyway, he had a vocal injury last year. He thought he was gonna heal up, and they were gonna go on tour. I guess the tour's canceled, and they're calling it a day. So. But yeah, one of the great screamers, "Dream On" was a great song from they used that one in movies and TV commercials, and what a great tune. Also in the world of classic rock, oh my God! And we're going to do a future show about one of these guys' wife. So. Always wanted Journey, big Journey fan. I know you are too. Always wanted Steve Perry to get back. So he's not getting back with them. They got Arnel Pineda. He's doing a good job. But it's funny, Neil Sean and Jonathan Cain, they keep fighting with each other. And they'll keep touring though because they're making the money. But oh God, there's weird different lawsuits are going on. It's like, dude, you're in your 70s. You're both coloring your hair. You got these beautiful younger blonde wives. And that's what I think. That's what I think is stirring up the trouble. But yeah, I don't know. Jonathan Cain suing Neil Sean, saying Neil Sean's spending too much money, like $10,000 on hotel rooms. It's just getting crazy. But what we're going to come back to it someday is Jonathan Cain's wife. Her name is Paula White, and she's a trip. I don't think that Trump had anything to do with her. I don't think Trump should have anything to do with her. Ooh, she's a character. We'll get into her in a future show. I'll just tease that a little bit. In Hollywood, if you got any brains, that's a woman you're going to do a movie about. Some kind of crazy, whacked out, dark comedy. She's like a televangelist. I mean, we'll talk about this Paula White some other time. Anyway, dude, so many things going on, and we got a lot more crazy shows to come up. Anything else on your mind? Otherwise, we'll wrap it up here and call it a day.
Enough excitement for me today.
All right. God bless everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please body slam the likes. Hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend or an enemy. Either way. All right. We love you. Take care. Goodbye. So it's kind of funny. My brother just started dating this gal. This is funny if this is on the thing. So my brother started dating this gal, and she's kind of a Democrat. And I said, oh, it'd be kind of funny if, like, you know, sometime you're like, yeah, come watch these two guys on YouTube. Yeah. So it's kind of funny. My brother just started dating this gal. This is funny if this is on the thing. So my brother started dating this gal, and she's kind of a Democrat. And I said, oh, it'd be kind of funny if, like, you know, sometime you're like, yeah,